Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and not in my usual spot today. We are in the kitchen and we're still in the heat wave. We're having another heat wave in the UK, so it's sweltering and I am very sweaty. However, I have somehow decided it's the perfect weather to bake. I mean, when is it not the perfect weather to bake? I love baking. So I had a little cupcake idea and I wrote it down. I was like, I need to do this for summer because it's a very summery cupcake. So today I thought I would film this and I'm going to do it in a blog post too. And these are going to be Piña Colada cupcakes. Did I even say that quite right then? Piña Colada cupcakes. So yeah, come and have a little look at, well, how I would make Piña Colada cupcakes for summer. And of course, and I can assure you, I'm not going to say for 100%, but for anyone who's not vegan out there, you won't even realise. This just happens to be vegan. Prepare to have your mind blown. So yes, let's get cooking, or baking I should say. Okay, to start I have measured out all my ingredients into bowls just so it's easier to kind of throw together. One for filming, but two, I think this is a nice way to do things as well. We've got some cupcake cases and you're going to need your favourite vanilla sponge recipe of choice. So if you aren't vegan and you just want to have normal vanilla cupcakes, by all means just go for it. If you do happen to be vegan like me, I am using the Mrs. Cupcake vanilla or Miss Cupcake vanilla cupcake recipe. So yeah, any vanilla cupcake recipe of your choice. To go alongside that, you're also going to need a good shot or 2 shots of rum. Just like to show you how cute my little shot glass is. My mum got me this from Dublin. So yeah, let's throw this together. Okay, to start with, I'm going to line my muffin tray with some cupcake cases. I went for these little yellow polka dotty ones. I thought they would be quite fitting for the occasion. I'm just going to go for the smaller batch of cupcakes. I make them quite big like muffins. Again, I'm following my recipe. Okay, so I'm starting by adding in my dry ingredients to the mixing bowl. There goes the baking powder and bicarb. I'm just going to mix that together as the recipe calls me to do. And then once again, following my recipe of choice, I'm now adding all the wet ingredients to the cake mixture. Okay, so my little secret ingredient in this recipe is going to be the rum, obviously, because it is a piña colada. However, this looks like an awful lot of fluid, so I don't know if I'm going to be using all of this. So I'm going to measure it out, I'm going to eyeball it, and I think I'm just going to hope for the best. I'm sorry that's not focusing there, is it? Come on, little carrot, there you go. I'm going to hope for the best, and let's see. We might end up with a rum and coke after this as well. Start with 1 tablespoon. Okay, well that was a sploshy one. 2. Okay, maybe 1 shot. After that, I just mixed it all together one last time. Again, following the recipe. And yeah, that's the cake batter. Okay, now to spoon it into the cases. I always find this quite a tricky part. You want to get an even cupcake. Now, because I'm doing a Miss Cupcake recipe, you have to be very particular with your method and very timely. Oh gosh, and my mixture might look like it's not very well mixed. There's a secret to that in the recipe. Hey ho. Start with a spoonful in each. Now I am going to pop these in the oven and hope for the best, and we'll see what comes out. So let's see what happens. Okay, this is a positive start. They're rising. They are rising. I'm not going to open the door because, as all good bakers know, that can be detrimental to the bake, but yes, positive start. Okay, they should be done, but time for the little cake test. Oh, it smells alcohol-y in that. Oh, they look very golden. Steal them from the fridge. Oh, they feel so nice and spongy. One from the back. Good job. Sorted. Let's get them out. Okay, so when I tried these, the sponge didn't taste that strong of rum, and I wanted the flavour to be a lot stronger. So I'm cooling them in the tin as the recipe calls for, and then once you pop them out on a wire rack to cool, I would then soak each one in about a teaspoon of rum straight over the sponge as they are right now before you decorate them, just to enhance that flavour. While those are cooling off, I'm just getting the ingredients ready for my buttercream icing. Okay, so before I start making the buttercream icing, I have popped my cupcakes out of the tin now onto a wire rack to cool as the recipe directs me to. So once again, for the buttercream icing, pick a buttercream recipe of your choice, a vanilla buttercream recipe then. And to make this Piña Colada style, I am using, it looks really weird, I'm using coconut milk for mine. I would recommend going for the full fat so it's creamier tasting. I actually got a tin version to give it that little bit of coconut kick. So I'm going to use coconut, the fattiest coconut milk that you can get like in the tin for my icing sugar. And yeah, we shall mix that together. So yeah, I'm going to let these cool. I'm going to mix that, and then as soon as it's done, everything's going in the fridge, cool down. And yeah, we want everything to be nice and cool before we ice it on top. Although my mum has already eyed these up and she's already asked if she can have one, so we might be one short by the time we come to decorate them. Just me a beaver. Can't forget the whisk attachment. We won't be going very far without that. Oh, oops, butterfingers, quite literally. Okay, prepare to get noisy. Oops. We're in. Oh, power please. I'm just going to start by mixing together the butter and the vanilla essence. I wasn't meant to add the milk in yet, just ignore that bit. Add some icing sugar, oh my goodness, oh my gosh, that is a lot, that is a lot. It sounds like it's snowing, snowing icing sugar. And now it really could be snowing if I mix this too quickly. Whoa. Okay. And between adding the icing sugar, I'm just stopping the mixer for a moment to scoop in all the excess from the edges, just so it mixes and blends in well. I'm turning up the mixer speed gradually because I don't want the icing sugar to fly everywhere. Okay. Oh. Okay. I stopped mixing there. I don't want to, oh, let me just bring you up a little bit. There you go. Now this is not in the recipe, but I don't actually want to mix it too much because, again, it's a very hot day and I don't want to kind of wreck the consistency. I want it to be really light and fluffy, the buttercream, and really creamy and not too watery. So I'm going to work fast here and get it in the fridge, but I just want to show you this is the kind of consistency you want to look for in your buttercream, and not to whip it too fast. Not to whip it too fast and for too long. Can you see how that's kind of like a meringue whipped kind of texture? And that's the kind of texture you want to look for in your buttercream. That's not in the recipe, but that is just my opinion. Okay, now that the buttercream icing is done, our cakes have been out on the rack cooling for at least another 10 minutes. Now I want to get it all into the fridge to kind of chill and cool down. My recipe doesn't call for this, and to be honest, I'm kind of lagging it a bit. I'm kind of copying what they do on the Great British Bake Off, a very favourite programme of mine. However, I don't know if it's really going to work as well because they have proper professional chillers. But anyhow, it's kind of a similar idea. So I'm going to whip all this into the fridge, just let it cool, and we're going to tidy up the mess, and then last bit is decorating. Cheers, that looks delicious. Okay, the cakes are out of the fridge and so is the icing, so we're going to need to work fast, especially because it is a scorching heat wave today, because I want that icing to stay nice and chill and the cakes to stay nice and chill while I pipe them, so it's less likely that they'll melt as I'm doing the piping, and they'll hold like a nice structure. So while we were gone, while I was gone, while you were gone, I had a little taste test of buttercream and I was a little bit dismayed it didn't taste very coconutty, so emergency trip made, adding into the recipe some desiccated coconut. I've just been on a mission to get some of this. Side note, shout out to my very good friend Anissa, she will know why, but you've saved the day. Okay, because my buttercream didn't actually turn out tasting very coconutty, I ended up adding about half the bag of this desiccated coconut, which is probably about 100 grams. But as you can see, the icing sugar, not icing sugar, sorry, the buttercream got quite thick and it actually got really difficult to pipe. So I wouldn't really recommend putting the desiccated coconut in the icing. I would actually save it for the end and I would sprinkle a good scattering over the top of the cakes, and I think it adds quite a nice texture to the cupcakes as well. My goodness. Gracious me. Wow. Okay, once the cakes are somewhat iced, this is definitely not my best piping work. I'm going to put them straight back in the fridge to chill that ice and set it in position, although I haven't done a great job today. But the main thing is that they taste nice. Oh. Okay, now for the last bit of decorating. I've got myself some tin pineapple, which I've chopped into some little chunks. Let me move that down a little bit. And I've got a plate with a good scattering of caster sugar over. Literally all I'm going to be doing is taking a pineapple chunk and dropping it in the sugar. I'm going to do a few at a time and I'm going to give them a good coat. So when I did this with the pineapple pieces, by the time I finished them, I found that the pineapple slices had almost like absorbed a lot of the sugar, so they didn't really have that sugared effect in the end, but I think that's because they were so juicy that the sugar kind of dissolved in the juices. So what I would probably do next time is dry the pineapple pieces out in the oven. So put them on a baking sheet, put them in the oven, say 180 for 5 minutes, hazarding a guess. Maybe best to check somebody else's recipe for drying fruit, but I think the dried pineapple would work so much better. Then coat that in caster sugar and I think that will keep its sugared coating really well then. And when they're coated, I'm literally just going to pop these on another plate, just so, kind of get my words out, just so they're out the way for them. Just making sure they're as coated as can be. Okay, to finish off, I'm just gonna add the pineapple decorations. Oh, here we go. And once again, get it back in the fridge as quick as you can so it'll set in place. We can ignore that crazy one there. Oh, the cream's already setting. Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Oh. And there you have it. There are my Piña Colada cupcakes. Oh, which one looks a good one? I cannot wait to try one of these. Oh my goodness, they're so sweet. Oh, it matches my dress. Yay. So there we go. Piña Colada cupcakes. Yay. Perfect for any summer occasion, treating yourself to a cupcake in the garden in the heat wave, or even taking into the office to impress your friends with your baking skills. And they won't know all the kerfuffle you had in the kitchen because I've already gone there and done it for you. And they're vegan friendly. I dare you to try one. I don't think you'd even know. So yeah, there we have it. I'm going to enjoy one of these now and cool down. I enjoyed this video. Definitely something a bit different to anything I've done before on my channel. I hope you enjoyed, and just to note again that obviously the base vanilla cupcake recipe and buttercream wasn't my own. Just choose any of your favourites and add the additions in, which is 1 to 2 shots of rum, some desiccated coconut, shredded coconut in the buttercream icing, coconut milk instead of soya or normal milk, Bob's your teapot, and don't put too much icing in the piping bag. I think the desiccated coconut though does make it tricky to pipe. But yeah, there you go. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. I really want to eat this now, but I need to picture it.